like I said, that first week was real rough. I saw 3 fights in the first week, and I was, that black guy came in, my cellmate. I forgot his name, but anyways, they played spades every day. I just sat back and I was I didn't really sit in my cell. I was so excited to be around other people that I would just talk amongst. There's one guy in there that I really connected with. His name, he was a 50-year-old Cuban, and he was in jail for selling cocaine to just selling cocaine. The guy knew celebrities. He was friends with Val Kilmer. He was selling coke to a lot of high and rich people, celebrities. And he got snitched on, and he got in trouble. He was living a lifestyle as the rich and the famous. He had sex with Playboy playmates, and he basically, it's crazy because he was telling me that he was glad he was put in jail. He has to serve 10 months. He's not getting out till June, and he's glad because he's discovered Christianity and Jesus, and he was telling me how he's 50 years old and he wished he was my age and being saved by Jesus and not getting in trouble and not committing adultery and living the bad life. He was telling me that God placed him in here for a reason. I told him, yeah, the same reason God put me in prison. So we connected instantly. And he, that first night I was in there, he was telling me stories about about his past lives. After that, he didn't talk about that anymore. But he was my best friend in there. He was a 50-year-old, just a cool dude. He would call me dude, bro, whatever. And we would discuss everything that was going on in news. And we in there we had there was a program in there. Basically, it was the same thing. Basically, same time schedule on meals. The only thing is we had lineup at 7:30. 7 o'clock, we would all line up, and basically the guards would come in, and we would have to wait for them to come in too. We would have to line up at 7, and it could take 30 minutes for them to come in. So we would line up, and basically they would say your last name. They would say Tomar, and I would be like, Mickey, sir. It's military style, and we had to do that 3 times a day. 7 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 11 o'clock. So our we had a lineup was it was a system, and then basically our system of TV was that TV we got to watch starting at 8 a.m. and basically we would watch the news, local news. Then we would watch Entertainment Weekly, celebrity news. Then we would watch, game shows and The Price is Right. And 12 o'clock, we'd watch some random, watch the news again. And after that, a lot of people took naps. I would stay up and just, watch movies, random shit on TV. And then basically, after that, we would, wait for dinner. Dinner was served at 4. Dinner meant it was awesome when dinner came around because dinner was the biggest meal of the day, but also meant it was the end of the day. After 4 o'clock, every night there I would sleep around 8 o'clock and wake up for 11 for lineup, and I would fall back asleep around 1, then wake up again for breakfast. And after breakfast, I'd go sleep and wake up again at 6:30. So I only got about 4 hours sleep. Like once again, it was there's 24/7 light. So you have to cover yourself with a blanket just to hide the light. So the mattress was decent. I mean, the conditions were decent. My cellmate above me was pretty crazy. The guy would lay there all day. He'd only get up for, pissing, eating, or whatever. He'd always ask me what time it is, when's the next meal. And basically, he was a genius. A 42-year-old that's been thrown in jail over and over again. And he was, he didn't mind being in jail because it was free rent, free food and all that. And he told me that if someone disrespected him, he would kill someone. He would just murder someone. So he was a psycho. I was in the psych unit cell with other psychos. I was the most normal person there, but I was with psychos. So basically, from the time he would get pissed at me for like making, hitting the top bunk, he'd go crazy on me. He's like, "What the fuck," and so, and it was a little hard just sleeping under him. But I forgot about the big black guy I told you about that was in my cell as well. He got in a fight that first week with they were playing spades with a guy named Pitt. And basically, what happened was the guy, Carl Malone, I called him. He called out Pitt and said that you're fake as shit. You're trying to cheat, and you're a snitch. And basically, all they calling him out. And those two just like both of them were like the biggest black guys in there. Both of them were friends before this, really good friends. And then all of a sudden, they just went crazy at each other. And they just started saying, "You fucking fake ass nigga motherfucker," all this crazy shit. I was just sitting back just watching. I didn't want to get involved at all. And basically, it got to the point where the guards had to come in and they had to transfer my cellmate out of there. So I was kind of a little happy that that guy got transferred out because he ran, I had no freedom, like, in my cell, like, I had to obey his rules, his commandments, because he was my elder, and I did. But, I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to express my personality. I couldn't do that when he was around and just being like, So, it was kind of good that he got out because, the power in jail, it was circled around those two guys, and now the hierarchy was gone now, so he was transferred to another cell, and this new guy was brought in. This guy was actually, he was like a 19-year-old black kid. He's in there for robbery, armed robbery, theft, all this crazy shit, carrying a firearm, and basically, no one fucked with him. Even the old guys, they knew he was crazy, But one day, he tried to pull a slick move, basically. We were in line for trays, and, he would grab his tray and then get back in line and grab another tray. And the guards caught him. And my house manager of the cell, Pitt, he was like, he saw that, he got so pissed off, he was like, "Why the fuck would you do something like that?" So, the kid, he ignored him, and, Pitt, he was so mad that he didn't apologize that, he got in his face, he's like, "You fucking bitch," he's like, "What the fuck is that shit?" And basically, the kid got up and, Pitt, he took his shoes off, threw it at his face, and they started fighting, throwing fists at each other, And basically, I stood back once again. I was like, I'm not getting in this shit again. And so that kid got transferred out to another cell. And this all happened the first week and a half, and I was just like, oh my god, like, this is just too crazy. And not to mention, like, all the crazy shit I saw on the news in Miami. All you see on the news in Miami is murder, robbery, and just like the same shit over and over. And Nicole Smith, when she died, that was on the news every day, so I had to watch that every day, so, basically, it's just, man, but after the first week and a half, time went by, a lot better. I established better relations with the house manager. We didn't really see eye to eye on anything. We just didn't even talk to each other. I didn't talk to him. I kind of, after the first week, I kind of stayed in my cell more. I started, reading a book. I read Best of Me. It was like a romance novel. I'd read that like when I didn't feel like watching TV. I read Resident Evil Part 4.